Hello, everyone. Welcome to another ODNT Spotlight. I'm Steve DeWinter, your host, and we have with us a wonderful, amazing author, K.N. Lee, and she is here talking about several of her series that she has started going on. And yes, I did say several series. She is somebody who likes to keep herself very busy, and we'll talk about more than that. It goes even just beyond the writing. But she's here talking about the first two books in her Chronicles of Koa series, which is Netherworld and Dark Prophet. And I got to tell you, I love the covers on those. Those are cool. And then she also has the Yura Chronicles, starting with Rise of the Flame, which is book 1 in that series. And she has a new book coming out on November 2nd in an entirely different, which will probably be a big series as well, Goddess of War. So she is definitely keeping herself very busy. And let's go ahead and let's switch on over to her. Hello, KN. Welcome to ODNT.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much for coming. It's glad to have you with us. So you've got several series now going strong, and each one sounds awesome. So let's start with the Chronicles of Koa. You've got 2 books already out in that one, and a third book named the Lyrinian Blade.
Yes.
That's coming soon?
Soon, hopefully January at the latest.
Oh, my goodness. All right, you heard it
Yeah.
here first, folks. So we're going to expect this book in January. Now you have to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the Chronicles of Koa and what inspired your story.
The Chronicles of Koa actually started with a dream that I had. I was in Korea and I had this dream about this really cool Korean superhero that in my dream she turned out to be half vampire, half human. And I just decided to start to write that on my new blog. So every week I wrote a chapter about this girl from my dream.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and I was surprised by the response that I got from people reading it. I decided to write more and compile it all into a book, and I did that, and it just kind of skyrocketed from there. It just surprised me. So that's where she came from.
That's excellent. So tell us a little bit about the character. Her name is Koa, right?
Her name is Koa. Yes, she is. She's half vampire and half human, we think. There's a little hint there.
Uh-oh, book 3.
Yes. And she has a very cool enchanted sword that can seek out evil and help her, defeat it. She works for an organization called the Netherworld Division, which is an organization of angels and humans that seek out and protect the humans from supernatural creatures. So it's like the CIA for supernatural.
That's awesome. I wish
Thank you.
I'd thought of that. That is so cool.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I love the cover. The artist captured her perfectly.
Yeah, those covers were definitely, and let me switch over here. Yeah, those covers, let's make this nice and big here. So there's
thank you.
Netherworld and Dark Prophet. And those are some really good looking covers. I like those.
Thank you.
And that to me is a book I would pick up if I was walking down the store, saw that on a shelf.
Ah, great.
I would pick that book up. So kudos to the cover artist.
Thank you. That's Jennifer Muzwani. She's great.
Yeah, so those are good, and your other covers are great too. So you got a whole string of good covers. So now we expect much from your new books coming out.
Oh yes, I already have the covers ready.
Oh, good. So you also have another series called the Yura Chronicles.
Yes.
And what is that one about?
That one is really, really special to me. I started writing that when I was 11 years old on my mother's typewriter.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of my stories come from dreams, and like the Chronicles of Koa, which was actually written after Rise of the Flame, but came out before Rise of the Flame, It started with the dream. I've always been into the Lord of the Rings and high fantasy swords and sorcery kind of books. And in this story, I have, races that I created besides humans and fairies and elves. I created a few with their own unique traits and powers and realms. And so, yeah, in Rise of the Flame, I kind of have them separated in different realms, but in the first book, those realms are the boundaries broken and now they have to live together.
Ooh,
So,
interesting.
yes, there's a lot of my gaming side in that as well. If you're into, dungeon crawlers or like World of Warcraft, you have different races that come together to defeat evil. So, that's what Rise of the Flame kind of has that theme.
Excellent, excellent. And then you've got a sequel planned for that one called Night of the Storm.
Yes, Night of the Storm is the sequel, and
And that one's coming in
Song.
February, right?
You know what? It's supposed to come out in December.
Oh, whoa! Oh my goodness, so that's coming in before Lyrinian Blade.
Yes, yes. Rise of the Flame. All three books are already done. I'm just spacing them out with the releases.
So now I have a question. With all these books coming out, and you say that you get your ideas while you dream,
Yes.
when do you sleep? How is this possible?
I have been writing my dreams down in a journal since high school, so I have a huge supply of fuel for new books.
Because now you don't sleep, so you don't have time to dream, so you have to go to your journal.
I fit some in here and there.
And that brings me another question: is when you get stuck with your writing, the mythology around it is called writer's block. How do you deal with that?
When I get writer's block, I normally will take a walk, listen to music, or I'll pick up a book and read something else. Because when I read, I always get inspired to work on something of my own, or I'll even watch a cool movie, a comic book movie like The Avengers or something. Those kind of things inspire me because I love action scenes and adventure. That helps me all the time. And if it really gets rough, I'll, you know, write from a different character's point of view. Anything to keep me writing.
Yeah, and that's the goal, is to keep writing.
Yes,
Yeah, because it's all about momentum.
it is.
If you stop, you've stopped.
Yes. So I take a notebook with me everywhere I go. And if I'm walking and listening to music and trying to work through something, I'll use Siri and I'll dictate it and email it to myself.
Oh, good. That's smart. I actually used an
Yeah.
iPod Touch, and I
Yeah.
wrote 2 complete novels with Siri dictation.
That's awesome.
It was crazy. It was a lot of fun. But then I
Yeah.
moved back to the keyboard.
The only thing is Siri still cannot say koa. She
Oh,
she can't get koa
what
when I
does she
say it.
think you're trying to say? Cobra?
She says like come on or everything but koa.
So you can't use that to write the Chronicles of Koa book.
Right.
So, so you've got a book coming out November 2nd. We were talking earlier before the show. You also have a book coming out November 15th
Yes.
where you've done what you called a multi-author project. Tell me about that, because that was interesting.
Yes, so this multi-author project is called Woodland Creek. It was created by author Scarlett Dawn, where there are 30 authors, 30 shifter stories, one release day. Each story has the same mythology of this fictional town in Indiana called Woodland Creek, where shifters and wizards live amongst humans. So each story has a different shifter. We can't use the same one. So everyone has, wolves and spiders and lions, eagles. Mine is a spider and a griffin.
Oh,
So there are actually, mythological creatures that don't really exist in this world. So there's it's really cool. We even have maps of every part of town with shops and convents and everything. It's a beautiful concept, and I'm really excited.
wow, that sounds challenging, where everybody had to pick a shifter animal,
Yeah,
but you couldn't duplicate. And so
exactly.
somebody out there with 30 authors, somebody's got a shape-shifting platypus.
Yeah. We have Valkyries, and we have uh, demons. There's like you can anything. Like apparently, we could have stripped it into a teapot, but no one's done that.
And then start singing "Be Our Guest."
Yeah.
And so that's coming out November 15th. You
Yes.
just spilled the beans that you've got Night of the Storm, the second book in the Euro Chronicles, coming out in December. You've
Yes.
got Lyrian Blade coming out in January. Oh my goodness, when do you find time for all this writing?
It's been quite a challenge with the newborn child,
On
but
top of that,
I make it work. Every nap time I'm writing.
there you go. And that's the key that you've stumbled upon and you actually make an effort to is always be writing.
Yeah.
Keep writing forward
Yes.
and everything. And then on top of that, you also have a YouTube channel.
I do. I do. I have my own YouTube channel where I post writing tips and book trailers. I have a few lists with my writing kind of soundtrack. Um, yeah, and I also write for another channel called The Fictionistas, where there are four different authors from my publisher, where we tackle a topic each day
Every
related to
day.
writing every day except for the weekend.
Good. Gotta have some time off. Because you
Yes.
need time to write.
Yes.
And so you're working also, you've got your own channel, you're on somebody else's channel. And then you make me feel so lazy. You also promote other authors.
I do.
You have your website,
Yes,
book- the Book Nymph PR.
yes, the Book Nymph PR is really fun. It actually started from my blog, writelikeawizard.com, where just for fun, I would contact different authors and give them a challenge, like a 3,000 word writing challenge from a prompt that I've created, and then I would post it on my blog. And I would share their social media links and their books and everything for them, and it's just something that I really enjoy doing. I love helping other authors. My mentors help me out so much that I wanted to kind of pass on that help to new authors as well. So I decided
Excellent.
I just wanted to know what more could I do for authors. So I decided to create the Book Nymph PR, and I do Facebook release parties and blog tours and anything that an amateur author, indie author, traditionally published author needs to get exposure.
Like, get the word out. This book
Yeah.
exists.
Yeah.
Excellent. And for those of you watching, I have links to everything down below in the description of this video. So if you're watching this embedded in another website, just click the little button over there that says watch on YouTube. And then you can see I've got Kay-Ann Lee's website, her Facebook, her Twitter, her Google+, her Goodreads, her YouTube channel, her Instagram channel, and her blog, Write Like a Wizard, as well as the Book Nymph PR for her author promotion. So we've got all sorts of things down here. And I have one more link. She has a street team. Tell us what that is.
My street team is basically a group of people that really love my books and really love my work and want to help me, get my books out there. So, my street team, they help me, by sharing when I have sales and new releases by Twitter, or, when I have a paperback, to have someone go to the bookstores in their town and ask them if it's on the shelves. That really, that helps me get on the shelves in different bookstores. So they do a lot of things. We have, contests and prizes and everything. It's a lot of fun.
Excellent.
We become good friends.
Yep. So if anyone here is watching and you want to become a fan of Kay-Ann Lee and you want to join her street team, she has a Facebook group that you can request to join, and then she'll put you through a rigorous Hunger Games type test
Yeah.
to make sure that you're a diehard fan for that. But I've got that link down below as well
Thank
for
you.
that. But yeah, that is a good thing. That is a lot of thing that I don't see, and I know me as an author, I yet don't have a street team. I've been writing in obscurity for so long, nobody knows I exist. And, so I hadn't really developed a street team, and that's something that I really need to look into. But that is so great that you've got your street team already of all your super, super fans.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really fun. Like I have people like all over the world, and to have us all come into one little place to chat and share our ideas, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a brave new world.
Yeah.
It really is a brave new world. And so with that, we also talked earlier before the show about conventions, all the different conventions we're going to. And as part of your Book Nymph, you throw Facebook parties and everything. And you're going to be involved in not one, but 2 days at a super big, epic Facebook week-plus long party called Virtual Fantasy Con.
That's correct. I'm so excited because I love to dress up in costume and cosplay, and they will have I'm not sure if it's live or not, but they will have a cosplay, which I will definitely dress up for.
Yeah, you'll be able to dress up, take a picture, post it to the pages.
Yes, it's going to be great.
Yeah, so that'll be a lot of fun, and that's going to be great. Virtual Fantasy Con, which is a whole new thing of really throwing a major convention online.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Which is very cool.
Yeah.
And you're in not 1, but 2 days of it. You're in both Epic Wednesday and Urban Friday.
Yes, I will be celebrating and, for Epic Fantasy, Rise of the Flame, and Urban Friday, The Chronicles of Koa.
Yes, excellent. And I tell you, I love the whole concept you have for The Chronicles of Koa.
Thank you.
So I found some books I need to get.
Yay. Thank you very much. I'm really excited. It's been very well received, and it took me a long time to even get published because I was so afraid of criticism, and to see that it's gotten so many good reviews that I'm not delusional about my writing, it's really good.
And looking at the publishing side, you brought that up. You originally self-published.
I did. I did it all on my own in 2013, and I managed to get it on the bestsellers list in 5 countries.
Wow.
And I did that all on my own, so
I need a little sound machine for a round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's been a lot of work, but it's what I love to do, so it's not really work.
Yeah, exactly. If you love it, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's right.
And that is quite an accomplishment. So now you've gone and you've picked up a publisher because of you got your book out there and you got it seen and visible. In 5 countries, you're hitting bestseller lists. You're all over the world. You're an international superstar now.
Thank you.
And now you've got a publisher going, well, hey, we can help you take it to the next level.
Yes, and which is something that I wanted to do in the beginning. My journey has been very interesting because, as
Tell
I
us
said,
about your journey.
Yes. Rise of the Flame was written before the Chronicles of Koa, and after I went to World Fantasy Con, I pitched it to a few agents and publishers, and I knew that it would be a long process to get published. So I published Koa on my own just because I was too impatient to wait while
the world had to have this story now.
Yeah. And it's just been really fun. So finally have the Rise of the Flame out there. That's my baby. And yeah.
Excellent.
People are, it's great.
And then you got the sequel coming.
Yes.
In about a month.
Yeah. The books, all 3 books have been written like one giant tome.
Oh, there's a 3rd book to the Era
them.
Chronicles?
Yeah. There's 3.
I don't even know that. I tried to do as detailed research, and you've been keeping that a secret from everyone.
Yeah, I haven't really mentioned the 3rd book, but all 3 books are done. I'm just, spacing them out.
What's the title of the 3rd book?
Dawn of the Forgotten.
Ooh, I like that. That's a great title. So you heard it here first, folks. ODNT Spotlight exclusive. So Dawn of the Forgotten is book 3 in the Era Chronicles, coming out in February. No, I'm kidding. So, excellent. So, all great titles, too.
Thank you.
You have
Thank you very
nailed
much.
the concepts. You've nailed the stories. You've nailed the titles.
Thank you. I'm
So,
excited.
again, more applause. So, this has been so much fun. So, with your new publisher, one of the people that is working with you now to help you is a book manager.
Yes.
And what does a book manager do? Because, I always hear about the publisher, we hear about the agent, we hear about the editor, but I not heard a lot about book managers. What do they do?
The book manager, she pretty much helps me with a little bit of the creative process, such as, getting the blurb right and picking out which categories it should be on, what the price point should be, and then once it's published, she handles my marketing of the book. So she does my BookBub and NetGalley and all of the things that go into getting the book into the right hands, like libraries and bookstores and everything. So she does that so that I can focus on the writing.
Excellent. Yeah, because you got your hands full already. But
do.
you also are a book manager for other people through the Book Nymph.
Yeah, because I just needed one more thing to do. So right now I'm managing 3 authors. I just acquired them, so we're still early in the process. So I will be, getting their books in the right hands.
Excellent. Good job. So as well as you're getting from the writer side, you've got all your support. You've also become the support for other writers.
Yes.
That is most excellent, because
thank you.
When somebody else says, "Hey, read this book," and it's not a book that they wrote, people take better notice of it than "Read my book, please."
Yeah, that's very true.
So it's very helpful to, have you helping others and then somebody else helping you.
Exactly.
That's great. Okay, so I believe I've talked about a whole bunch of stuff here.
Yeah.
And then you were not nominated, actually became top 30 under 30 Future Leaders of Charlotte.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
And then you had a big old spread, a full page picture of you in the magazine.
That's right. That was quite an accomplishment. It's amazing. That was pretty much based on my work with the Book Nymph PR and my success as a writer. They took notice of me, and I was picked as one of the people to win. It was great.
And you are sitting here as proof to everyone that you can go from nobody knows who you are to international superstar, top 30s list, magazine spreads about you, publishers banging down your door. This is such a good thing to see.
Thank you very much. I'm very happy with everything that I've accomplished since I decided to take that leap and get my work out there.
And you've only just begun.
That's right.
There is so much more. So what else can we expect from the great K.N. Lee?
Well, I have multiple books coming out next year.
Right.
My goal is to have a book come out each month eventually.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I read a few articles about the success of writers that put out more books, more frequently than spacing them out. Because I already feel the pressure from a lot of my fans that are into my series. Every day they're asking me, when is it coming out? When's it coming out? And I want to get it out there a lot quicker, more work faster. Originally, I thought that that was a negative thing to put out too much work, but it really
James
isn't.
Patterson disproved that theory.
Yes, not in the ebook world.
Readers, they just want good stories.
They do.
And they want them now.
Absolutely.
So you've got book 3 planned for 2 of your series. We haven't really talked much of Goddess of War, which is the new one coming out. It's pre-order now on Amazon. So I've got the link to K.N. Lee's books on Amazon so you can pre-order Goddess of War now.
Yes.
And actually, we haven't really talked about it much. What is Goddess of War about?
Goddess of War it has a really interesting backstory. It comes from a lot of the stories and notes I did as a child. And, as an adult, I went back and looked at those and I decided to use them, but to, add all of the experience that I've had growing up and everything. So it's pretty much about a normal human girl that when her village gets raided, her mother puts her in a box, and the box is a magic box.
Oh.
So, yeah.
She's had one laying around in the attic.
It was given to her father, who is the general, one of the kingdoms, because the box was a gift to the king from the East. The East has magic, the West does not.
Oh.
So, yes. So she introduces magic back into the West by the box gave her power.
Excellent. And it sounds like it's the power of fighting.
Yes, it is. It is. It's kind of it has so many layers. There are if I don't know if you've heard of the video game Goddess of War. God of War.
Yeah, God of War. Right.
Yeah. It kind of has a little bit of that theme as well. There are a lot of different gods for a lot of different things, and I can't give away too much.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. She's cool. She has 2 swords she fights with.
And that's the thing with your stories is there's a lot of action as well as a lot of the depth and emotion and heart and the characters.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so you've got the complete package here with these stories.
Thank you.
Which is why when I look on Amazon and I see they're all so highly rated, everyone loves them. And that's
Thank you.
And that's a tribute to you and your writing style and how you give them everything that they want.
I do, because I write the books that I want to read, and that's what I'm into. I'm into hook, line, and sinker. First page, I want to hook you.
Something blows up at first page.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you've got 3 books in each of the other 2 series, Chronicles of Koa and the Yura Chronicles. Are there more books planned for Goddess of War? I take it.
There are. I find it hard to write just one standalone book. I have done this, but Goddess of War will have 3 books.
So you are looking at your really hitting trilogies.
Yes.
Here with this, do you plan on extending your series out beyond that?
The Chronicles of Koa will be extended out past 3.
Very nice, very nice. You heard it here, folks. Another ODNT exclusive coming in March. More Chronicles of Koa. So, excellent. So, I pretty much have covered all the points that I had on the research I've done for you. Is there anything else that people watching and potential readers, current fans, everything, you would like them to know about you?
Well, I think we covered everything. I'll be touring again this winter and spring, so I'm really excited about that.
Excellent.
Hopefully next year I'll be back at World Fantasy Con and Dragon Con. I'll be at the Charlotte Writers Academy November 7th, and I'll be going around the South right now since I have a baby. I don't want to go too far too soon.
Stay local.
Yeah.
And I'll be at lots of great books to take around with you.
Yes.
And get all new, exciting new readers.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Well, hey, thank you so very much, KN, for joining me on ODNT and having us shine the spotlight on you.
Thank you. It was so much fun.
Yeah, and go ahead and stay on the line. Don't hang up just yet. I'm going to go ahead and close out the interview, and then I'll be back with you, and we'll chat for a couple more minutes.
Awesome. So thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll talk to you in a second.
Okay.
All right, so there we go. Chronicles
so much fun.
Koa, Rise of the Flame. We can still hear everything. Goddess of War. All right, so these are all the great books by the wonderful and awesome K.N. Lee. And look for books coming out from her every single month. And she is going to feed the desire for more great storytelling from her. And by all means, check the link below for Amazon and take a look at the previews of all the books. Amazon's great. They go and they give you a preview. You can read the first 5-10 pages or so, and I guarantee you read through them. I've read through a couple of them, and you get hooked very quickly. She definitely wasn't kidding when she says she wants to hook you in the first page. She usually gets you in the first paragraph. So, again, thank you very much for watching. I'm Steve DeWinter for ODNT Spotlight. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. We have many more authors, artists, actors, musicians, publishers, all sorts of people coming on, book promoters. I'm going to get more of those as well. So we have lots of people coming on. Subscribe to this channel so you can be apprised of when that happens. And thank you very much. Have a great night. Goodbye.